The leather binding was cracked at the corners. I found it wedged behind the water heater in Mom's basement, wrapped in a garbage bag like something shameful, something that needed to be hidden. The diary was dated 1994, the year before I was born. I should have put it back, should have respected her privacy, should have left the past where it belonged. But my mother had been dead for 3 weeks, and I was desperate for any piece of her I could hold on to. So I opened it and read the words that would haunt me forever. I don't want this baby. I never wanted to be a mother. Mom died suddenly, brain aneurysm. She was making coffee one Tuesday morning, and then she was gone. No warning, no goodbye, just absence where a person used to be. I was her only child, her little miracle, she always called me. Growing up, I never doubted her love. She was there at every school play, every soccer game, every heartbreak. She taught me to bake, to garden, to see the beauty in small things. We talked every day, even after I moved out. Our relationship was the template for the kind of mother I wanted to be someday. After the funeral, I volunteered to clean out her house. Dad had remarried years ago, moved to Arizona. It fell to me, and honestly, I wanted it. Wanted to be surrounded by her things, to sort through her life piece by piece, to delay the moment when I'd have to accept she was really gone. I found the diary on a Saturday in late September. The basement smelled like mildew and old cardboard. I was looking for photo albums when I noticed the water heater had been pulled slightly away from the wall. Behind it, barely visible, was the garbage bag. Inside, a leather journal, college-ruled, pages yellowed. My mother's handwriting, small, precise, unmistakable. My hands trembled as I carried it upstairs, made tea, sat at her kitchen table, the same table where we'd had 1,000 conversations, and began to read. January 15th, 1994. Richard wants to try again. After 2 miscarriages, he thinks a baby will complete us. I don't have the heart to tell him I don't want to be completed. I want my career. I want to travel. I want my body to be my own. But he looks at me with such hope, and I'm so tired of disappointing him. My tea went cold in my hands. Richard, my father, the man who left when I was 6, who started a new family in Arizona, who sent birthday cards but rarely called. In all my memories of their marriage, I'd cast him as the villain, the one who abandoned us, the one who chose someone else over his family. But here was my mother's voice from before I existed, and it was complicated, reluctant, trapped. March 3rd, 1994. I'm pregnant. The test was positive this morning. Richard cried with joy. I cried in the bathroom alone and tried to figure out how I'm going to do this. Everyone keeps congratulating me. My mother called it a blessing. My sister said I'll love being a mom. Richard's already painting the nursery. No one asks if this is what I want. They just assume. Women are supposed to want this, right? We're supposed to light up at the idea of sacrifice and sleepless nights and putting our dreams in a box for 18 years. I'm supposed to be grateful. I'm not. The words blurred. I realized I was crying. She didn't want me. From the very beginning, before I was even real, before I had a heartbeat or a name, she didn't want me. May 20th, 1994. The baby's kicking now. Everyone says that's when it becomes real, when you feel movement and fall in love. I just feel claustrophobic, like something's growing inside me without permission, like my body isn't mine anymore. Richard touches my stomach every chance he gets. He talks to her. He's convinced it's a girl. He's already picked out names. Emma, after his grandmother. I didn't want to say in the name. What's the point? This whole thing feels like something happening to me, not with me. Emma, she named me before she loved me. Or maybe she never loved me at all. Maybe everything I remembered, every hug, every bedtime story, every I love you, was just acting. Just her playing the role she'd been forced into. August 7th, 1994. 7 months along. People keep telling me I'm glowing. I feel like I'm drowning. I applied for that journalism fellowship in Boston. It's a 2-year program, the opportunity of a lifetime. They accepted me. I got the call yesterday. I can't go, obviously. Richard reminded me we have responsibilities now. He didn't say it meanly, just stated it like a fact, like my dreams aren't facts too. I turned it down this morning, told them I had family commitments. I hate that I resent her already. The baby. It's not her fault. None of this is her fault. But I can't help feeling like my life ended the day. Those 2 lines appeared on that pregnancy test. Her, me, I was her. The unwanted thing that killed my mother's dreams. I closed the diary, couldn't read anymore. Sat in her kitchen as the sun set, surrounded by evidence of the life she'd built after I was born. The vegetable garden she loved, the shelf of teaching books. She became a librarian when I started school. The photos of the 2 of us smiling. Had she been faking it the whole time? I didn't open the diary again for 3 days. But it sat on my nightstand, calling to me, demanding to be finished. On the 4th day, I skipped work, called in sick, made coffee, and forced myself to keep reading. October 1st, 1994. She's here, Emma Rose Rodriguez, 6 pounds 3 ounces, born at 3:47 a.m. after 18 hours of labor. Richard keeps saying she's perfect, that she looks like me, that this is the happiest day of his life. I held her for the first time an hour ago. She's so small, impossibly small. Her fingers are the size of matchsticks. She made this sound, not quite a cry, more like a question. And I felt nothing. Everyone's waiting for me to say she's beautiful, that I'm in love, that maternal instinct has kicked in. The nurse keeps asking if I want to try breastfeeding. Richard took 50 pictures. I just feel empty and so tired. What's wrong with me? The question echoed across 29 years. What's wrong with me? Nothing, Mom. November 15th, 1994. She cries constantly, 2 a.m., 4 a.m., every 2 hours like clockwork. Richard sleeps through most of it. He has to work in the morning, he says. So it's just me and Emma in the dark, and I'm so exhausted I sometimes fantasize about just leaving. Getting in the car and driving somewhere far away. I don't, obviously. I'm not a monster. But the thoughts are there, and that makes me one anyway, doesn't it? January 3rd, 1995. I haven't written in weeks. There's no time, no energy. Emma's teething, which apparently means neither of us sleeps ever again. Richard's mother came to visit, made passive-aggressive comments about the state of the house, about how I should be enjoying this time, because babies don't keep. I wanted to scream at her, "This isn't enjoyment, this is survival." But I smiled, nodded, made more coffee, played the role, always playing the role. The entries continued like that for months. Brutal honesty about postpartum depression that no one acknowledged, about isolation, about dreams deferred and then forgotten, about a marriage crumbling under the weight of unspoken resentments, and about me, always me, The baby who wouldn't stop crying. The toddler who demanded constant attention. The child she never chose. But then slowly, something shifted. June 12th, 1995, Emma is 8 months old. She smiled at me today. A real smile, not gas. She was sitting in her high chair, covered in mashed banana, and she looked at me and just grinned, like I was the best thing in her world. And for the first time since she was born, I smiled back. Not because I was supposed to, because I wanted to. It was just a moment, but it was something. September 30th, 1995. Emma is 11 months old. Emma took her first steps today. 3 wobbly steps from the couch to me before she fell on her butt and laughed. Richard missed it. He was working late again. It's been happening a lot lately. I think he's avoiding us, avoiding me. But I was here, and I caught her when she stumbled. And I realized I don't want to miss these moments anymore. I'm still angry about what I gave up. I'm still grieving the life I didn't get to live. But she's here, she exists, and she didn't ask for any of this either. Maybe we can figure this out together. December 25th, 1995, Emma's first Christmas. She unwrapped her presents by ripping the paper with her teeth, completely ignored the expensive toys Richard bought, and played with the boxes instead. I laughed so hard I cried. Richard asked what was funny. I couldn't explain it. I think I might actually be enjoying this. Not all of it. Not the sleepless nights, or the constant worry, or the loss of myself. But her. I think I might be enjoying her. The diary entries became less frequent after that. Less dark. There were still hard days. Entries about fights with Richard, about exhaustion, about moments when she missed her old life. So fiercely it hurt. But there were other moments too. My first day of kindergarten. Learning to read. The time I made her a Mother's Day card out of macaroni and glitter. May 10th, 1998. Emma is 3.5 years old. She gave me a card today. To Mommy in crooked letters. Inside, she drew us holding hands. She said, "I love you biggest in the whole world." And I said it back, and meant it. I don't know when it happened, when she stopped being the obligation I resented and became the person I can't imagine living without. But she did. Richard and I are separating. He found someone else, someone who wanted the white picket fence and 2.5 kids from the beginning. I should be devastated. Maybe I will be later. But right now, all I can think is Emma and I will be okay. I'll make sure we're okay. She's mine now, completely mine. And I choose her, not because I have to, because I want to. The final entry was dated March 15th, 1999. I would have been 4. Emma asked me today if I'm happy, 4 years old, and already worried about her mother's happiness. I need to do better, be lighter around her. But to answer the question, she asked, yes, I'm happy. Not the way I thought I'd be at 30, not the life I imagined. But this, us in our little apartment with mismatched furniture and a fridge covered in her artwork, this is enough, more than enough. She fell asleep in my lap tonight while I read to her. She smells like strawberry shampoo and crayons. Her hand is wrapped around my thumb. I spent so long mourning what I lost. I almost missed what I found. I love you, Emma. If you ever read this, years from now, when I'm gone and you're sorting through my things, I need you to know I chose you. In the end, I chose you, and I'd choose you again. I sat in her kitchen, holding the diary against my chest, sobbing so hard I couldn't breathe. She'd known. Somehow she'd known I'd find this. known I'd need to understand. The early entries hurt. God, they hurt. Reading that I was unwanted, that my existence had cost her dreams, that she'd fantasized about leaving, it cut deeper than anything I'd ever felt. But the later entries, those healed something I didn't know was broken. She hadn't loved me instantly. She hadn't glowed with maternal bliss from the moment I was born. She'd struggled. She'd resented me. She'd grieved the life she'd given up. And then she'd chosen me anyway, not because biology demanded it, not because society expected it, because somewhere in the mess of dirty diapers and sleepless nights and lost dreams, she'd found something worth choosing. She'd found me. I called my therapist the next day, told her everything, worked through the grief, the anger, the complicated tangle of emotions that came with knowing your mother's truth. It took months. Hell, I'm still working through it. But here's what I know now. My mother was human. She had dreams and fears and doubts. She made sacrifices she didn't want to make. She struggled with a role that everyone told her should come naturally but didn't. And despite all that, or maybe because of all that, she loved me fiercely, completely, the kind of love that's earned, not assumed, the kind that's chosen daily, not just felt once. I keep the diary in my nightstand. Some nights when I miss her so much it physically hurts, I read the later entries, the ones where she talks about us making cookies or watching movies or just existing together in comfortable silence. I read the last line over and over. I chose you, and I'd choose you again. I'm 29 now, the same age Mom was when she wrote those early entries, and I'm engaged. My fiancé, David, wants kids. We've talked about starting to try soon. For a long time after reading the diary, I was terrified. What if I felt the same way she did? What if I resented my own child? What if I wasn't meant to be a mother either? But then I realized Mom's story wasn't a warning. It was permission. Permission to be honest about the hard parts. Permission to grieve what you lose when you become a parent. Permission to struggle and still be a good mother. Permission to not feel instant, overwhelming love, and to know that doesn't make you a monster. She taught me that love isn't always immediate. Sometimes it's built, slowly, painfully, through 1,000 small moments of showing up. And she showed up every single day, even when it was hard, especially when it was hard. I visit her grave every Sunday, bring fresh flowers, talk to her like she's still here, still listening. Last week, I told her David and I are trying, that I'm scared but excited, that I hope I can be half the mother she was, not the perfect one from the photos, but the real one from the diary, the one who struggled and chose me anyway. I told her thank you for her honesty, for her sacrifice, for staying when she wanted to leave, for choosing me even when it hurt. And I told her I understand now that motherhood isn't about perfection. It's about showing up. It's about choosing every day to love someone even when it's hard, even when it costs you. The wind picked up, rustling the leaves around her headstone, and I swear I felt her there, felt her approval, felt her saying what she used to say when I was scared. You're stronger than you think, baby girl. You always have been. The diary sits in my nightstand. Someday, if I have a daughter, maybe I'll give it to her. Show her that her grandmother was real, flawed, human, brave enough to be honest about the parts of motherhood no one talks about. And maybe I'll start my own diary, write my own truth, leave my own legacy of honesty for whoever comes after me. Because Mom taught me the most important lesson. You don't have to be perfect to be enough. You just have to choose. Every day, in 1,000 small ways. You just have to show up. I found my mother's diary 3 weeks after she died. It broke my heart. And then it taught me how to heal it. She never wanted kids, but she wanted me. And that makes all the difference.